Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 11 of season 49. Today we have a matchup against Elite BR2, I guess is how you pronounce that. I'm not really sure what the tag's about there with the yen and the euro and everything there. Team today, rank 3, Omega Sentinel returning to war along with Void, who's taken a pair of fights, and then we have Mr. Fantastic for some pre-fights today. Originally had Chavez assigned in that last spot, and I kind of reworked the team so that I could just use Void for this fight, actually. We have a Maestro here on 19. Originally was assigned Chavez. We had sent a Chavez to a Maestro on this node or the next node, I can't remember which, early in the season and did not go well. And when I looked at how much regen is per instance of that never back down node, it's like 10 or 15%, I think. I was like, we need to shut that down completely. So swapped out Chavez for Mr. Fantastic, applied his debuffs to give Void a jump start on his direct damage, and the Petrify is going to help stop that regen early in the fight until we get our own Petrifies up. The suppression is also going to help limit the number of specials that we have to bait out from Maestro 2. So we already have him heal blocked here, which is great. We're doing a decent amount of direct damage here, about 3,500 DPS. And then from here, I'm just kind of playing the fight a little bit more conservatively than I would normally play with Void, because I want to make sure to keep those debuffs up for as long as possible. So pushing him to the special 2 when I can, using my specials for the knockdowns, backing off and doing a heavy right here to get additional knockdowns when I don't have a special available. Taking a little bit of cosmic radiation damage. It's completely fine though, and he is melting down really fast here, as you can see. Over 6,000 damage per second here from the debuffs with Fear the Void active. And again, a little bit of glancing here, not a problem. We've taken about 20% of our health in radiation damage, but that's an acceptable loss for what ended up being a very safe fight. All right, next up we have a thing here on 28. Going to speed this fight up here because it's really really simple. Nothing really to discuss in detail here. The nodes are going to supercharge his regen, and this is a 7-star thing, low sig of course, so don't have to worry too much about protection in this fight. Once we get the Indomitable, the fake heal block up, it's really just, manage the rock stacks, etc, etc. I say this all the time, the magic number for Void in this fight is 13 because both of his special attacks have 2 hit events to them. So you can see me holding block a lot, shortening my combos, holding block, and then waiting out a heavy, doing enough hits to get me to 13 and throwing a special after that. Yeah, I'm not really sure the 7-star thing here. I'm not really sure why you would place a 7-star thing over a 6-star ascended thing with max sig, because the health pool I don't really think is doing that much of a difference here. And in this kind of fight, I don't know, you could argue challenger rating is maybe coming into play here a little bit, but if it were me, I would take the max sig thing any day over like a sig 20 thing, but that pretty much ended up being a nothing fight. Alright, last fight of the war for me, probably my favorite fight of the season so far. We have a rank 3 Domino on the Conflictor Mini. We did not have a Nimrod in the field. Originally had assigned Prowler here, kind of thought better of it, and I had partially worked on this plan, and I had suggested Omega Sentinel as the counter here. I've kind of worked up the way of how the fight would go in my head, and we ended up sending it, so pretty happy to get the chance to do this. So the idea here is we're going to play it very similarly to how we played the Hazard Shift Domino in a previous war, and that is we're going to be going for the Special 3 rotation. So we don't want to trigger Conflictor at all here, so you can see me sticking to light ending combos in order to avoid placing a debuff, which is going to give her that power gain. Meanwhile, we can safely stun her thanks to the House of X, of course, working our way up to 3 bars of power, and once we get there, we're going to bait out a special from her. We want her at low power just for safety reasons. Once we have her at low power and ourselves at 3 bars, we're going to intentionally do a medium-medium combo, which is going to apply a debuff that's going to immediately be eaten by Conflictor, and then from there, right here is the medium-medium. We've triggered Conflictor, immediately launched the special 3, so this is guaranteed to apply these 6 plasma debuffs, and they will not be eaten by Conflictor, and you're going to see just how much damage these are going to do. So again, we've done like half our health just in basic attacks without having access to specials up until then, and we're doing roughly 11,000 damage per second here, almost 12,000 damage per second from the plasmas, and down she goes. Nice 20k striker crit to end the fight. So super happy with how that went. Really proud of kind of like theory crafting that fight like on the fly. I think one of my alliance mates in another battle group ended up doing the fight the same way with Omega Sentinel. So super proud and happy that that went well for him as well. All right, unfortunately, we did end up losing this one. 3 kills for me, 0 deaths, and that puts us really behind the 8 ball at 5-6 going into the last war of the season. So I said a few wars ago we would need to win one of our last 2 to have a chance at Masters. So now it becomes necessary that we win our last war to finish the season at 6-6, and even then we would likely need some help to get into that last spot in Masters because our attack bonuses this season have been really poor. So we're gonna need some luck essentially to get into that last Master spot. So we'll see what happens in that last war. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.